Here, we'll start out that way.
Take three.
Take three. Oh, I'm off. Hey team, Chef Eric here. Today I want to pay homage to one of my favorite chefs and favorite restaurants, Thomas Keller, French Laundry. They've got this just incredible whipped Brie recipe. It's airy, it's light, it's delicious, but you know, I want to add some blackened steak to it and some other fun things, make it an open-faced sandwich. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get our grill started at 450 degrees. I've got all my charcoal banked to one side here, okay? This is like if this were a yoga pose, this would be the warrior stage, right? Or a pose. I've got a bit of apple here, and I'm gonna sneak it. See how I've got glowing embers right there? As that's beginning, we're gonna drop this grill grate down to the lower section of the divide and conquer system to get us closer to that smoke, closer to that flame. Let's go ahead and carve the exterior off of this Brie, right? We don't want the rind on there for this application. You can smell that nice apple smoke in the background right now. Beautiful wheels of Brie here. And again, we don't want that rind, right? As we're trying to whip it, that would kind of inhibit, it would just gum everything up. So what I like to do is just stand it up on edge, use a serrated knife, and we'll just kind of work our way down the side of that Brie, getting rid. And you don't have to get all of it, but you want to get the majority. So that's nicely done there. Same thing on the other side. And once we get all that rind off, we're just going to dice it up. So you could do several different types of semi-soft cheeses for this recipe. It's just at Thomas Keller's French Laundry. This is they use the Brie. All right, obviously a French semi-soft cheese. But you could do this with goat cheese if you wanted to. Anything that's semi-soft, because we want to whip air into it to completely change the texture, the flavor, the mouthfeel, the entire experience. So I've kept this cheese nice and cold. It's a hot summer day here. I'm gonna transfer this to the semi-indirect side right now. And look, we got great combustion on our apple wood there. Now the idea here is not to cook this cheese or even to warm it up, right? I want it to whip it up while it's still pretty soft, okay? But I do want a little smoke adherent. It's gonna happen quick. You got all that surface area. It's a high moisture content. It's gonna accept that smoke quick. It's almost like a very powerful seasoning, like a rose water or a fish sauce, right? So we're climbing back up right now. Dome temperature's at 350. I can see some of that clear blue smoke, right? Combustion got us to that sweet smoke, not big billowy particulate. Do not soak your wood chips or chunks, right? We want combustion, not smoldering or steam. So this is right, okay, we're looking good, we're looking good. All right, let's get that off. Oh yeah, oh, wow. Right in there, okay? Good smoky flavor.
Wow.
We're gonna pulse. I talked about dicing this up. Obviously we got a little melty there. You can just go ahead and throw it straight in at that melty point and notice how it's whipping, whipping, whipping. We're incorporating air into it. It's getting lighter, it's getting fluffier. The volume is expanding. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm going to transfer this to the refrigerator and just let it tighten up just a little bit while we toast off our bread and grill our blackened steak. So today I've chosen filet. You can go any which way you like, but I like this as just a big, bold sear, and we're going to keep it relatively rare. And today we've chosen a Lane's Barbecue blackening seasoning. It's going to stand up really nicely to that beautiful whipped cheese. And remember, we lowered that grill grate on the grill. Just a touch of olive oil. And there we are. While that's getting a nice sear, some good caramelization, let's go ahead and slice our sourdough. And I'll just put a little positive pressure on top. We're gonna slice it in a different manner, not, what would you call that, east to west, but rather cutting the top off of this.
It's gonna be like one huge sandwich?
Yeah, it's gonna be open facer,
oh, wow.
Right? It's almost like a flatbread in this sense. And we could probably get away with 2 of them, I think. So there's a nice thick piece, a lot of surface area, a little bit of unsalted butter. When I say a little bit, I mean a chef's little bit, right? It's like a little bit of garlic, right? All right, let's take this over to the grill. I'm gonna start on the direct side just to get some big, bold sear real quick. I know, there it is. Waking up that butter a little bit. See, just a touch. And now we'll toast it off on this side. Same thing here. That butter's gonna drip. We'll see a little flare. Let's turn that steak while we're at it. Looking good. Don't leave this here too long. That butter will burn. 3, 2, 1. Stunning. All right. Indirect. Flip that steak. Ooh, yeah. And that is, oh, I love the sizzle dance. That's right where we want it. So we're gonna let this rest for just a second. Oh, look at that. We got a little extra butter just sitting here. Butter rest. Can't help myself. So blackened seared filet resting now. Still got a little ways to go on our toast. Still a little soft, getting some nice color around the edges. Still got a little extra butter, just a little bit here and there. Let's flip for good measure. Oh, it's gonna be gorgeous. And we could put this down and rush it, but I have a tendency to burn bread. Like if I had one superpower, it would be burning bread. So we're just gonna treat it as if it were one very large crouton, and just think about that buttery sourdough textural contrast as you're biting into the steak and the whipped brie. My goodness. Looking good. I like the color. Could use a little more color there, so I'm gonna cheat it a little bit. I know I said I'm the king, but look, I just,
Dangerous.
as equal is my propensity to burn things. I don't have the patience to let things toast. It's this dichotomy of I don't know what, just there I go again trying to burn it. Now I'm gonna give it about 30 seconds here, and we're gonna pull it straight over to our cutting board. We've pulled the brie out of the refrigerator.
Whoa.
That's what's up. We even got sizzle dance going on with the butter. Ooh la la. Like, let's be honest, it doesn't even matter what we're gonna put on top of this thing, we've won. The day is over. We've won the game. Steaks resting, beautifully crisping up in front of our face sourdough, whipped and cooled brie. I wanna whip it one more little time just to bring it back. I wanna get that air back in there, so I'm gonna do pulse. Oh yeah. I'm gonna open this up right now and show you. Oh my gosh. So it's kind of tripled in volume there, and it's just this creamy,
Wow.
magical spread back,
Oh, wow.
back of the spoon because we can. This is rustic, okay? This is very rustic. When you think you have enough, double down.
That's kind of gorgeous as is.
It really, well, that's it at the French Laundry done, That's it at the French Laundry. You've got it. But watch this. Okay, if you're familiar with the channel and you've been watching us, you know we love board sauce. All right, so watch this. We're gonna take our steak here, our filet. Shout out to the Wooden Nickel Farm. You got to celebrate your local farms there. And I'm kind of going
pretty rare with it like that.
Yeah, I want it rare. I
beautiful.
almost want to treat it like a bruschetta, right? A seared bruschetta. Bruschetta, whatever you like. And notice, I gave you a little hint. Board sauce. Look at these little juices here. Some of that's from the butter. Some of that's from the rendering filet as it sat there and rested. Now I'm going to take some of this gorgeous baby arugula. I'm going to pop that right
on the meat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's get a little bit of that blackening seasoning again. Just a little bit for the salt content. And let's toss it together. And just let it land as if it fell out of some delicious forest. Now that we've got that gorgeousness set up, let's go ahead and do a little honey. We're using some local honey today. Bump, bump, bump. Dude.
Yeah.
And then I want a little tart, right? We want to fire on all cylinders. So I'm going to use some reduced balsamic. You can do this at home or you can buy it. Watch this. We're going to do both of them at the same time. And then why not a little Parmesan flakes. Look at that. Just a mosaic of deliciousness there for you, and all off the grill, right? Almost a quick fire. We smoked that cheese. We've got the beautifully grilled filet there. The crostini, if you will, sourdough, firing on all cylinders. Yo, stop it. That's a top 3. There's no way I'm not doing this. This is a double negative. There's no way I'm not, maybe a triple negative. There's no way I'm not doing this again. Whipped Brie for the win. Okay, smoked apple, whipped Brie, the blackened filet. What's not to love? That tart comes through. A lot of contrasting ideas that balance this out. It's just one of the best bites of the year so far. I implore you to try this at home and do the things, right? Subscribe, give us a like, do leave us a comment. Love reading and responding to those. And as always, from our backyard to yours, cheers and happy grilling.